We'll just let the intro video go. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hello, everyone. Welcome to another stream. This stream is gonna be special because people asked for this one. This is not me just waking up and thinking, I'm gonna do a stream. No, I had people go actually like ask for this because they were like, "How did you make this stuff?" And I think 83 of you are here. If you join the Luma, you will see me. Let me just tweet it out so people know that we are doing this. Let's do this. Let me just clean up the camera. Also, it's really bad. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? By the way, if you're here, just drop a comment. I would love to see who is here. Hey, Naman. Hey, Aryan. Hey, James. Hey, Manish. Hey, Arpit. Hey, Avinash. What's up? What's up? Been doing this after a long time. So, yeah, if I fuck up somewhere, please forgive me. But let's get into this. I'm just making the tweet, and after that, we get into this. We go crazy. Let's go. Okay. Hey Nan. Hey Shriyanka. Hey Saksham. Hey fam. Hello everyone. No one is here. No fans. Let's just get into this. Yep. So I won't waste much of your all's time, and we'll just directly get into it. Let's do this. Okay. We'll go step by step, okay? And if you ever get stuck somewhere, if you feel like something is not working, just drop a comment. And by the way, by the end of the stream, I'll give you the tool, I'll give you the skill with which you can actually make this without doing all the complicated shit I did. You could do this by yourself in like in your any system. You don't even need AI for this, to be honest. But let's get into it. I'm gonna share my screen and then we'll just start with this. Perfect. Yep. But I want some music here to do so fun. Let's do this. I'm gonna share my screen, so if you see something weird, let me know. Okay, we are live and I can't see my screen, so I don't know what you guys are seeing. So let me know if you see something weird, something is not working there. Just drop a comment. I'll come back and check this. Okay, I can't check it. I can actually do one thing. Let me do this. I should have done this before itself. Let me turn out the. Oops. Yeah, perfect. Now I can see myself doing the stream. So if I fuck up, I can see that. Okay, let's go back to the screen. Yep. Okay. So this is where we started. Okay, we had this. There's some latency, by the way, where the way I'm talking to you and the way it's going on my phone. There's a lot of latency which I never noticed was here. But let's do this. So the way it started was that I was reading about non-realistic rendering or entering or artistic stylization, and I went to my Google, like I just went to Google, not my Google, and put this to understand what that actually is. And I understood that okay, it's all about rendering, but it's also about shading, right? And recently we all have been seeing and hearing a lot about paper, right? We've been hearing a lot about the shaders paper has, or something like I love in Unicorn Studio. So all these things, I was just reading about it at that time, and in that just got all the information I had, and I fed that to my AI agent. By the way, me, this is Brand, and this is a folder called Kalakar, where my a design agent lives. His name is Kalakar, and these are the topics which we discuss, different things, just easier for context. But yeah, I just told him, hey, here's something which I collected for you. Here's some more style, which is line, ink styles, pen and artistic emulations, right? Cartoon and simplified styles, like digital and technical effects. And I asked it, you know what? Research, make your own library, and become an expert in this. When I say expert, that means it learns, it knows these stuff. So it did that. It had it on a certain MD file. It has a margin file. It has that, right? Now, after that happened, I went and found this image which we saw, the fish image which I posted on my X. Wait, I have been, oops, wrong folder. Yeah. Where's the photo where this all thing started? Yeah, I found this photo. Now, when I found this photo, I sent this photo to my agent. And I, like, obviously we talk a lot about this. We discuss, like, I do a lot of things to understand how this AI prompts can use this indirectly and all that. It learned a lot of things. Not useful for me. I just wanted to have it a skill so I can exactly like in this, right? Yeah. So if you see, this happened at 1 p.m. This happened at 3 p.m. In 3 hours, I found this image. And I gave this image to my agent and said, okay, you know what, describe this. It went into that and described it. It was like, yeah, there's Ascii art for sure. Okay, nice. There's neon glow and light painting. And then it also defined exactly thing what is like working. So if you'll notice here, it's talking about how that the characters are not monochrome. So the images are not just white or black. Sorry, the ASCII characters are not monochrome. It defined that, you know what, they have colors, which adds to dimensionality, and like it stops the reading as a flat terminal output, which I noticed like really interesting the way it noticed these lights and the color switches there. So it's like really, really nice, right? But it also told me a little bit thing that the grid is not very rigidly like placed. So if you look at this, it's not just based on images, right? It's very open, right? So I was like, yeah, this is cool idea. In this, you'll notice one thing was that, oh, oops, I think my webcam. Oh, can you guys see me? I think my camera went away. Let me check. Yeah, it went away. Let me just come. Oops. I'll be back. Just give me a second. Oops, wrong camera again. Yeah. Yeah, this is behaving a little bit weird, my camera recently. But yeah, here I am. And let's go back. So you'll notice one thing that it did a good breakdown. It did not do the level I wanted it to. There was like some dot patterns in the background, which was like, this is really interesting. The grid was loose and all that. It was like really nice. So if you notice the grid, the dot part, AI told me that it's there. I could see it. I mean, I can see that there's these things exist, right? But when I went into this, like it gives me some idea on the layer one. Like, so think like this. From my experience, from what I know already, okay, I've spent a decade into this industry, so I understand. I have been working on this. I know exactly what effect is on what. I can see there's a fish here. I can see that there's some uh, white dots, but also some yellow dots in there. I can see all these details. I have eyes. AI doesn't have. But based on their AI's understanding, it gave me a good reasoning. Now, I already taught my AI agent these skills, right? So think of this like someone read a book and know everything. Now, here's where I feel like the way I did this, and if you just try to one shot this to one agent, will be very different. Okay. I did not just like say, you know what, one shot it, which I did actually, but like I'll also get into detail more. What happened was that if you have book knowledge and you have not applied it and not actually optically seeing it, it's never going to be perfect. It's always going to be some problems about this. Right. So that's, I knew that is going to happen. So you know what, you understand it now, perfect. Now I asked, okay, tell me what to call it. Like I want to understand so I can learn more about it. So Google it. I was like, you know, can you try to recreate this? He's like, sure. I was like, yeah, I want to copy this. And but before I did not give it an image. Okay. Again, understand here because I have an agent. And at this stage, I was thinking like, how do I operate an agent? In this, I just want to one shot things, right? So I just told, you know what, just do a crab. It went, it did all its approach, whatever it was doing. It's like, what do I do? It's like, you do you. Like, just one shot the whole shit, right? It went, it tried to find something, and it made this. Now you're like, how shit this is. It's not shit because like the quality is bad or something like that. Yeah, it did its part. It understood, it added the Ascii part, it added that glow and neon thing, but it not add the dots, it not add the pixel because it didn't understand that it's important for visually when you see this. So when I was like, you know what, user, I like, let's try a different photo. Maybe a uh, crab is not a perfect imagery to use, right? Like, use something else. He uses some other photo, different photo. It did still not worked. I asked to do a horse. It will couple of variations and blah 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 and all that. And I gave it an image. You know, try this image. Now this is where things start changing. Okay. So till now I was like, you figure it out. But it was hallucinating a lot. Uh, this agent, by the way, is bulky, so like some problems, but this won't come for you, right? So don't worry about the agent part of it right now. But you'll notice that once I gave it the image, the version it made was nice. So I've understood one thing, that this needs an image input. It can't code the image. It can add the texture on top, but it can't like effect on the top. But it needs a base image. And also, when I gave this image here, I understood the importance of using a perfect reference photo. Because when I look at the shark one, you'll notice that the shark photo is doing 50% of the heavy lifting. And the same thing I applied in my variations also. And obviously, you see just the good parts, not the bad one. Let me show you the bad parts, all of you. So I gave it, it made this version. I was like, really nice. It did some more variation with sizing and all that. Then it also tried to do another. I asked it, like, can you experiment more? It went and tried some more styling, right? Like different stylings. And this went for like, you'll see that I'm doing this in every 10 minutes difference, because I'm working on something. I'm maybe sitting and doing something else, right? I'm just chatting to it through the Telegram. I'm not sitting on my desk to do this, which is why I wanted to use this. I wanted as an advantage where I can travel. I'm outside somewhere. I just ask it to make something. It makes me that thing, right? And I can then pick it up from there. Now, once I did this, I was like, animate this. This did not reach the exact level, but I was like, let's animate it. Let's see how that looks, right? And it did animate it. Like, it was some issue it did, but here's, if you look at this one, this is the, by the way, the Ascii crab effect which is made. And I'm gonna also like just open it, and you see it animated. Now in this, you'll notice how well the effects and everything is working. So I was really impressed. Like, yeah, this could pull it off. The only problem is it doesn't know what to pull off. It understood couple of things from the image, the Ascii text and all that, but it could not understand the like major part of it. That's why I came in. I had to figure out like, how do I teach this agent how to do this thing. And then that's when I took the approach of how I would teach a junior designer how to do this. So yeah, like I did this like this. I was like, this is really good. Let's try with another image. But this time I chose the image and found an image with some light effects. Found an image with really good color. And when it tried it, it like, if you look at it, right, it reached to a level where it was using like plus 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 on the background, text on the. If I don't know if you can zoom in on this, let me zoom in on this for you guys. Yeah. So you'll see it was using text on the shark. Background was like that, but even in here, you'll see the light also is like the asterisk. So I understood that it is using luminance for this. It's doing this based on the luminance. And I did not tell me, but I could obviously ask it, right? So I was like, okay, what is this and all that's happening? I was like, then it made this version. The one shot was not working. That's when I was like, you know what? I have to do this with you. So I was like, yo, Kalagar, I can teach you. If you want to learn, don't jump into making it. Let's do it. I gave it some lectures and all that. And then I just went into it. Okay, let's go step by step. This is where things change. Now, this is the first time I was doing this. And this took me some time to learn how to figure out this agent, right? But next time I make something like this, it's going to be very easy for me because I know the process. Again, here's where your foundation works, okay? You can copy a effect existing from anywhere easily. But if you want to create new effects, you have to understand all the effects and layers in it. You got to study that part. So if you want to create something new, if you want to copy mine, it's very easy. I'll just give you a link and upload an image and you can do this. But if you want to do on a good level, if you want to create new stuff, if you want to like create something which just stands out, you have to learn the basics, okay? But yeah, so it's like, you know what? Take the stock image. It took the stock image. It's like, you know what? Apply a layer blur. did not work. I know, sorry, I applied a Gaussian blur. It did not work there. I have used Photoshop, so I understand Gaussian, I understand motion, I understand box blur, I understand all types of blur which exist, which I can ask an agent or code to do. And like, do layer blur. It did layer blur, but it did progressive layer blur. So you'll see it's blurred here, but it's not in the center. I was like, I need it throughout the whole thing. Now I'm teaching the AI how to do this. Okay. And a lot of people are like, you know what? You are doing it. You could have done this with Figma. But understand this, like I could have done the blur part in Figma. What about the Ascii part? I have to then find some plugins to do this. Or for me, I would just go to Photoshop and figure it out, or use Illustrator, do pixelation and all that, right? But if I can do that all through a chat, while not jumping into this multiple tools and not using like subscription of this or needing a system, I'll try to do it. I'm still creating. Just the tool is different. That's all. I ask it full layer blur, no sharp corners. This is what it came back with. The blur was too high. I asked it to decrease it. Perfect blur. You could see the shape of the shark, but also it was not overpowering. Then I asked it to do the second effect, which was that I was in a, if I want to create that escape, this is what, by the way, the human thought process. Okay. How would I do this? How would I apply a Ascii effect on top of the shark only? I would remove the background from the shark and put the shark as a second layer and apply the effect on top. That's how a Photoshop designer or someone who works in layers will do that, right? I ask you to do the same thing. By the way, drop comments if you just like here, blah blah blah. Hey guys, is this hosted locally? Akash will answer these in the end of the questions. But yeah, keep dropping comments if you have questions. We'll answer them in the last 10 minutes, okay? But I don't want to close this as fast as possible and tell you all how to reach that. But a second step was I asked it, you know what, do the same thing. It did it. And it was looking bad. The reason was the pixelation with edges does not work. I did not know it. I was doing it in layer work. So I was thinking, what if I just smoothen the layer, right? How I can do it in Photoshop. I was like, you know what? Why do I need to do this? I have a smart AI agent who knows a lot of stuff from internet, right? So what if I ask it, hey, I want to do this effect. Can you do this? So I was like, you know what? We'll figure it out later. But then I asked it to add a pixel effect. So you will not notice it. But here I asked it to pixel effect and it added these boxes. You see the pixel effects in this? It did that. Then I asked it to make the pixelator bigger because I knew what effect I wanted, right? So you see the pixel boxes are bigger. And you'll start noticing the final picture is coming into place. You have that shine, you have that pixel effect, and then you go one. Then I ask it, you know what? Can you keep the pixels who are on the shark and remove the other ones? And it told me, yeah, I can. I can use remove BG mask to know exactly which pixels are shark and only draw the wide grid boxes there. Now the thing is, because AI was doing this, it did not do like a cutout and do it. It just draw on top of it. So that's why you have this cool effect where around the shark, the pixels don't cut out, which was happening last time, right? And I was like, yeah, this is really cool. It just used remove BG. But because it drew on top of it, the effect was looking much cooler. I was like, I'm reaching there. Now I have everything. I just have to add the ASCII text and we are good. I asked to do that. And you'll see the difference between here and here. Now notice one thing. When I asked it to add ASCII text, it added like a white and a blue and all this shade. I did not tell it to adjust it to that. It did because it already understood the image I sent it on top. It told me that, hey Rahul, here we have like this color thing where not the whole thing is direct one color, right? So here it told that yeah, the characters are not monochrome. So when I ask it to do something, it is still intelligent and keeping that in mind that, okay, I'm making this change, but I want to keep the thing which I learned just like last time into this. And this is where it becomes the thing, right? So yeah, it added that. I was like, you know what, this looks good. This is cool. I achieved the effect somewhere at that stage. Was the next stage, right? I like, you know what, but the background also have ASCII alphabet. Let's change it. I sent it like, hey, change it. It changed it, made it something like this. The stars are not good. I was like, you know what, make it dots. That's so, because it told me in the earlier chat that it is dots, right? I was like, yeah, this is cool. I can do dots. So I just asked you to do dots. And here you see this. This is the image which I have, right? I reach to this image. It took me a whole day to do this through chat, by the way. It's not like it took me a whole day to sit and work. Max, it took me 30 minutes to do this. which would have taken me more than that if I was doing in some tools, right? And I also have to learn those tools and then have that in my mind and do this. So I knew what would work, but how to do it, I would have to like invest time and do this. Sorry. So yeah, I was like, you know what, this is fine. Let's just animate it, and it did. So like, here was the Ascii shark uh, as animation, and here you see it messed up something. Uh, Again, I am not doing this in layers, so I don't have to keep some other version. I can just tell it, you know what, I don't like it. Can you just change it, make it bright? It did. Let's check it out, shall we? And yeah, this is much cooler, right? I also, some things I did not like, which was I think the font size. If I'm like the font they are using, so I even asked, you know what? Yeah, okay. I even asked you to send me a static version of this. By the way, uh, what it sent me, okay, without the images, this is what I got. The image was here, and the thing is, I already taught it all the 7 steps of doing this. So now it has a skill which it remembers, it knows. Now, so next time when I'm saying, you know what, give me Ascii, this skill part, it will go back and do the exact same step. Now, a lot of veteran designers or people who are like, who've been in this industry for a long time, who also have been using Photoshop, would remember actions. The only thing is, here the actions are intelligent. When you're asking it to do something, it is also adapting and adding new things. In actions, you could just record whatever you're doing. It repeats this simple, like a macro, Excel macro, actions, all these things, right? So here's what it was doing. And I was like, really, really cool. I was impressed. This is really cool stuff. Uh, Obviously, I could have done the same thing. By the way, here's the thing is, I could have made the same thing in any other tool. It was not that I got AI, then then I could have made this. No. It's just that with this, it's just faster, reusable. I can try something which I could not. So the animation part, that I could have not done. Like this animation thing, I would not have been possible without AI. I could have not done this part for sure. So this is where, from my knowledge, where I knew how to do this, it added something on top of it. But yeah, then I even gave it the same image. It sent me the image. You'll notice like I tried 2-3 variation with different colors. It's like, yeah, what if I try this? What if I try this? Right? So you'll see the same images which you saw on my Twitter. See how cool they look. So I forget, yeah, this effect works now. But you notice how now I just have to send an image and it will understand what to do here. And this is how I made the whole Ascii effect. And then I went a little bit crazy. I was like, you know what? Can I make it a little bit more interesting? Instead of just doing pixels, can it do videos? Now I knew one thing. What it was doing it here was, it was just writing it in HTML. Like the same thing which you saw here is also giving me in HTML, right? So that means it has the code. And I don't have to actually, like, it's not creating an image, right? It's creating in a code. So I can take that code and even animate it, which I was doing here. I was like, what if I send a video, what will happen there? Now, I think most of you would know, videos are just frames, sequenced, like, so 20 FPS is 20 frame per second. So every second has 24 frames. If you're someone who uses Photoshop, you would know that you would import and you can get thumbnails from there. I used to do that long time back. So it's like, what if I send a video like this? And this is the, by the way, this is the video I sent. Where is the video? Here. Let me show you the video. This is a video. This video I made from Midjourney, by the way. There was only one image which I liked, which was this image. I think this was some SREF I found on Twitter. And I just got to Midjourney, looped it, made a video out of it, right? Then I just gave it a video. And you'll notice the video is like 1.1 MB, some 5 seconds. So like 120, 130 frames it would be, within 24 from 4 frame per second. So yeah, it was like, yeah, it's counted. See, 768 by 512, 20 FPS, 125 frames it has. It's manageable to do. It will just spawn a sub agent. And what it did was, it made 25 frames in HTML and just gave me the result of it. And this is what you all seen. Now you see the same effect I could apply to video. I can do this now with a lot of things. And I even ask it to go crazy and create different mix. It did not do good. So you have to give it idea and all that. I tried a lot more variation. I went different styles. Then I even went like something which I'm going to use on Dacoit right now. We are working on the new version of Dacoit. And we wanted to have, like, we have this GIF there with Midjourney. So it's like, what if can I do with it? And here you'll see, when it made a, like, this one was not good. The reason is the background texture and everything. The same thing did not work here because the blur was fucking up. The image was not strong enough. There's not enough color. There was not enough gradients to work it. So this again and again, The base image is very important. Choose that very clearly. It needs to have that luminance, it needs to have colors, right? It needs to have that shine. Or this effect, you'll have to adjust the effect for it. Say I was like, you know what, change it. And I asked, I wanted to say no blur, but I say don't no blue. Now blue, a lot of people might not know, but is like even in monochrome you have blue. It's how channels works, right? You have this shade of it in it. So when I did it, it removed the lighter parts, and just this is what it made. This was accidental. I did not want to do this, right? But this is where I find AI, and even like I would have done the same thing when I was working. I would try two, three different things and find it would have reached here. Here it just made it. And I was like, this is really cool. I like it. I was like, let's make the white background. It did not work, right? Some more variations. And this is where how the whole skill and the whole image which you all see came to this. Now, if you have any question, drop them here. But this is the process. Now here's where things change. This, I obviously trained it. It has the skill, right? I ask it to put it on a GitHub. It will have the skill there. But I was like, wait, I don't need an agent for this. Right now, you see me doing this, and a lot of people thinking, we need Mac Mini for this? Do we need OpenGlow for this? No, you don't. You don't need any EA agent for this. And I'll show you how. So by the way, I already made this tool here. I'll send you this link. Again, it's a very simple, nothing crazy here. Simple imagery, and you just have this all the same 7-step. You generate, you see the whole thing in actual work. You can obviously adjust these things, play around with it, check blur. If you wanna like darken it, desaturate it, just check all this effect is here, right? You can keep playing around with it until you find what you are looking for. Okay, so go crazy on this. It's there. You can like just, this is why like, you get 5-10 different versions of it if you just keep playing around with it, right? So yeah, this is how amazing this is. But now, do you need OpenGlow for this? Do you need an agent for this? Nope, you don't. And like, by the way, I can't keep playing with it, but it's so fun. Yeah, you can do a lot more. You can play around, adjust this, and you will do it. And obviously, I'll give you the exact skill so you can just do it. But you don't need OpenGlow for it. And I'll show you an example. Let's just go from Telegram to my Claude. And hopefully not. Yeah. Perfect. So this is the .md file. I'll click it just so you can read it. There's not. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen or what? Let me check. Oh, I'm sharing my screen. Perfect. Let's go back here. Yeah. So here, if you notice, right, what I'm doing in this is that I gave it a skill where I taught it. It understood all the 7-step. Do this, that. So it's just like I would have taught this to a junior designer, and he or she would have remembered this the same way. I would have remembered the same way, right? Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or back in the day, I would have went to Photoshop tutorials and would have just like copied or do this on YouTube, right? But now you have AI with you. You have Claude, you have ChatGPT. Then why go and wait for some tutorial to drop? AI can teach you if you just give it the material, right? It's gonna speak to you in your format you like. So I gave it the whole skill file. I also gave it the parameters of how it worked for me, right? Color formula, everything is here. The whole thing is in the MD file. I gave this to Claude, and this is why you don't need OpenGlow. You can do this with Claude, ChatGPT. Any AI tool can do these code-based things. Sometimes you might need certain plugins for doing this, but that also you can mimic with some other things. So don't never let it be blocker that you don't have this plugin or you don't have OpenClaw. The only thing is because I had OpenClaw, I did the whole thing in Telegram chat. If I did not, I would have done this here in Claude, right? I gave it, it understood the whole skill. I was like, I want to apply an image. I gave it an image, and this is the, by the way, I think I even sent an image. It did not use it, but the image is this. You'll see this image here. Oops. Yeah, here's the image. See the same effect applied to this image. Now, because I have this AI, I can tell it to do what I want to do, right? Like, so without even having OpenClaw, I can tell it, you know what? Can you do it as an image? Can you send me as an image here? Oh, why not? Here's the image, right? So you'll see that. Oops. Yeah, as an image. I think I changed one thing. Let me do this. It updates. Where's the other version of it? It had a couple of more variations of this image. I forgot how do you do a variation of, like, you go back to the older version of the Claude thing. I don't know where that happens. Oh yeah, but yeah, you see this happened here. It gave me the image. As like some issue was there, it updated it, and then it just finalized the image to me with like this effect. This is what happened in Claude, by the way. This is not like in something. And I can, by the way, I ask it, not animated. It will give me the HTML code, and I can do the same thing. You don't need OpenClaw for this. You can do this on ChatGPT or Claude, and you'll still be able to do it. By the way, I ask it to write the Decoit 420 in the render, so you'll see this in ASCII, right? How that works. The red and pink is based on the imagery which it had, and that will just like gonna upload an HTML file for me to play around with, and just we'll see that. Let's open this one in an arc, and we see. Oh yeah, cool effect. You see, this is how simple it is. Again, it is not about knowing the tool or the skill. Understand the possibility, understand your mindset, you're gonna rewire it in this way. How you have these new tools which you can use, how can you do that? Think about it, use it. That's gonna be your edge. Now let's go through some questions. We'll go from top, and nothing, just cool people saying hey. Hey Akash, yes. So my OpenClaw is hosted in my Mac Mini, but you can run one in VHS also. So it's fine. Uh, Thanks, Araragi. That's a cool name. Uh, Love you too. So, oh, Midjourney. Yeah. So I did not use Midjourney for this. I generated the image in Midjourney in browser. There's no API, obviously, so I could not use it in that way. But I have Nano Banana Pro API, which I use with my Clawbot, but very less, because the problem is I want, when I'm generating images, I want a specific textures and all that. And by the way, I have an experiment where I'm using OpenClaw, Nano Banana API, Instagram, and creating content on one account, fully automated with reels and all that. We'll talk about it some other day. But yeah, which model I'm using? I'm using Claude Sonnet. No, sir, I don't have a Discord. I have a Telegram channel. Just you can find that in the last tweet. You don't pay for the skill. After the stream ends, I'm gonna drop a tweet, and go reply. By the way, go reply hi on that. Please reply hi on that, and you'll get the skill there. Hey Luke, yeah, you'll watch this. This stays on X. Sorry, I got the context. Yes. Yeah, Luke, I post on Instagram, YouTube. Just go and search for Rahul Singh Bhadoria. You'll find the same name, or Google it. You'll find the YouTube channel. Yeah, Akash, go ahead for it, bro. Right now, the possibility is, when you think of this micro apps, you are already doing this in a, like, what was Photoshop, right? It gave you these parameters which you can adjust by yourself, right? Now you have an AI agent who can do this. So go crazy, make these. Hey Sumit, uh, thanks Manish. Uh, yeah, light sharing the skill. But thank you so much for all for coming. Hopefully this was useful. Uh, I'm gonna try some more experiments with this. I'm gonna try to bring more of my Photoshop editing skills back into AI. I've been doing a lot more product recently, so not been doing that. But use this. I'm gonna drop the skill after the stream ends, so keep an eye on the tweet. But thank you so much all for doing this. I'll see you all later. Good night. How do I? Oh, here.